This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. It's great to have you amongst us today. We get this, Jamie. We think it's chilly here, 28, down already from a high of 42 overnight, I think. Morning from Columbus, Ohio, 6 degrees here this morning.
Man.
But, I mean, if you live in Columbus, Ohio, I mean, you know that you're getting that. You know that you're getting that. We know that we're getting this every once in a while. So we bellyache a little bit about it getting into the teens and, wind chill of whatever it is going to be over the next few days. For the most part, it'll be nice by the weekend. It ain't going to be nice by the weekend in Columbus.
So we're not feeling sorry for them? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
No, I just that it is what it is. I mean, I think it's kind of like living on a golf course and then complaining about a golfer hitting your window and breaking it. I mean, you just can't you can't do that.
Okay. All right. So we'll never hear Chuck complain about it being windy.
No.
I love living in Lubbock, Texas, and I don't always love the weather here.
No, I'm with you on that.
Okay.
My only point is
there are days that it's miserable to be here.
Yeah, there's my point is though is that if you live there, you know that it's going to be bitter cold for a stretch. Good morning, fellas. I'm the first-time texter from yesterday. Okay. I'm a 95 tech grad that recently moved back to Lubbock from out of state. Glad to hear a program that talks tech regularly. Okay. Thank you for listening.
We got a whole bunch of them.
Moving just all day long.
All day long.
Yeah. 6 to 9 here on Double T 97.3. 9 to noon with the end of the bench on 100.7 The Score. Noon to 3 with the bottom line on 100.7 The Score. And then again, 3 to 6 on Double T 97.3. Okay. So moving back from North Carolina. All right, very good. Big 12 basketball from last night. This might put the old nail in the K-State coffin as far as the NCAA tournament is concerned. They lost at Utah last night, 74-69.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm quite there with K-State. I think that sounds like a little bit of wishful thinking on your part, but it was one that, I mean, they had been rolling there for a while, so they were hoping to keep it going, but it's an uphill challenge for them.
Number 19 Arizona wins over Baylor in Waco, 74-67. Okay.
Yeah, no big surprise there. I guess.
No. But I mean, the surprise for Baylor is they're 8-7 in the conference.
Yeah.
And they're 16-10 overall. That's a surprise. That's the surprise.
Yeah.
The problem for K-State is not only are they 7-8 in the conference, so they're game under, but they're 13-13 in overall play. I mean, they're not going to make the tournament. They're going to have to win the Big 12
without a really, really strong finish, probably so. Yeah,
I mean, I think they could go 5-0, and that would put them at 18-13. Okay, that 12-8, maybe a bubble team, maybe. I think even Utah is. Heck, even TCU. I mean, this is a big game for TCU tonight.
It sure is.
7-7 and 14-11. So, I mean, that's a
top 10 win would be very nice for their resume.
I mean, I think as it sits right now, this is just my little humble opinion. 7 teams from the Big 12 are going to get in the tournament. Just 7.
Okay.
As we sit here right now. And I'm just going to go with Houston, Arizona, Texas Tech, Iowa State, BYU, Kansas, and Baylor. That's it. Everybody else didn't win enough games, including, TCU's 14-11, 7-7. So, I wonder.
I've said now for a few weeks that I think it started with one of our questions of the day. I don't think the conference is as good as I expected it to be.
Let me ask you this. Do you think playing 20 games is going to be reviewed, not from a couple of reasons. One, the conference beating each other up, And 2, did playing 20 games in the conference cost you maybe a team or 2 in the tournament?
Because you just didn't have as many patsy wins?
Or because you had teams, that rose up and won games that maybe you didn't expect, like West Virginia won some games early on, and UCF, they're 4-10, and one of those 4 is over Texas Tech. TCU 7-7. I just wondering out loud, going, okay, did that hurt the Big 12 by playing 20 games against each other?
I wouldn't think so. It gives you opportunity for more quality wins.
I don't disagree with you. I love it, actually. I just wonder when the powers that be kind of look at this and go, why are we beating ourselves up here if we're going to just knock 1 or 2 teams out of the tournament? It's going to cost us money.
Yeah, I don't know if it knocked teams out of the tournament or not.
Okay, all right. That's a fair question.
You're going to have to show me
point.
at the end of the year with some team that was the first 4 out,
mm-hmm.
and you're going to have to then match it up and say, okay, TCU, you were the first 4 out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if you didn't have that second loss to, let's say, Texas Tech, and you only played them once,
mm-hmm.
and you had played UNT instead,
mm-hmm.
and got a win, would that have pushed you?
Would that have been enough? Yeah.
I have a hard time believing the answer to that is yes.
Okay, that's a fair point. They might want to look back at their first game, which they lost at Arizona, 90-81. It's not a bad loss.
I was going to say we also lost there.
Yeah. They had a loss to Utah. That's not a good loss. A loss at home to Utah, 73-65. Yeah. That's a bad loss. And then they lost big at UCF, 85-58.
UCF's puzzling. But on any given day, they could be pretty good.
They are puzzling.
And other days, they're horrendous.
No doubt. No doubt. No question. So tonight it's Tech and TCU, and again we'll have the game for you at 6, play-by-play at 7. Other games in the Big 12 tonight. Number 8, Iowa State plays host to Colorado. Colorado coming off of a win. Number 5, Houston's at Arizona State tonight. Jamie, that's a biggie. Maybe Arizona State can rise up, and BYU plays at home against Provo against 23rd ranked Kansas. Jayhawks are reeling.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Right on the button. Time for this day in sports history. Today is Tuesday, February the 18th. Here's Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
Gonna start in 1928 with a little conspiracy.
Oh, I love it.
USA 2 beats USA 1 by half a second for the 5-man bobsled gold medal at the St. Moritz Winter Olympics in Germany would take 2. Germany 2 takes the bronze.
I love it when they have the bobsleds, USA 2 and USA 1, Czechoslovakian 3 and Czech 2, and, Russia 1. I love it. I love it when they do that. I always thought that
just means they had 2 teams.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
you would figure that you put
it.
the best people on team 1 and your second best group on team 2.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily even them out because you want to win the gold. Well, team 2 beat team 1.
Well, clearly, they were really close.
Yeah, and I love it when there have been times when some of these NFL guys have tried to be a bobsledder, a pusher, or things along those lines. I think that's really cool too.
Mm-hmm. 1962. The 4th Daytona 500 race took place.
4th?
4th.
Wow.
Race winner Fireball Roberts dominates the event, leading 144 of the 200 laps.
Fireball Roberts.
It's a good NASCAR name.
That is a good NASCAR name.
1981. 20-year-old Edmond center Wayne Gretzky becomes the first player in NHL history to score 5 career hat tricks before turning 21, scoring 5 goals and 2 assists in a 9-2 Oilers home win against St. Louis. Better keep an eye on that guy. I think he's going to be pretty good.
He's going to They probably will nickname him the pretty good one.
Yeah. 2001, 43rd Daytona 500. Michael Waltrip wins a tragic race. Last lap crash claims the life of Dale Earnhardt, prompting sports to implement new safety protocols.
And they thought it was just kind of an innocuous accident at the time.
Yeah. It
so
obviously was not.
It was not, right?
And in 2023, the number 24 Texas Tech Red Raider baseball team cruises to a 10-3 win over Gonzaga. Sophomore Mason Molina led the effort with a strong start on the mound, tossing a one-hit shutout over 5 innings of work. Southpaw struck out 7 and walked 3 in the contest.
Throw that one away for the future. We don't want to talk about that, dude.
Persona non grata.
Yeah. You can find a better one than that, Jeff.
I'll look. It's National Drink Wine Day.
I really am not I'm not a wine drinker at all. Wine drinker? Do you dabble
Jamie
in it?
doesn't drink. So, of course, he doesn't drink wine. His wife does.
I've never had a drink of wine in my life.
Okay.
I've tested out other alcoholic beverages, but I've never tried wine.
Okay.
The smell is just,
Yeah.
Say.
It's spoiled grape juice. I mean, that's what it is, but it tastes like spoiled grape juice. Now, if
Are you
that
not
is
a
your
wine
drink,
drinker either?
I am not a wine drinker
Okay.
either. No.
Okay.
Now, if it is your drink of choice, go forth and conquer.
Sure,
Do not let me
absolutely.
tell you not to enjoy a glass of wine.
Absolutely. Stomp
Just
on the
know
grapes
that
and all
I
kind
will
of
not
stuff.
be stealing yours.
It's good.
See? Everybody wins. Happy birthday today to Dr. Dre, because I am not going to forget about Dre. That is not a good plan.
It's Dre Day.
John Travolta, 71. Matt Dillon, 61. Yoko Ono, 92. Molly
God, she's
Ringwald.
still around.
She is still around. Molly Ringwald, 57. And Vanna White, still... Is she touching the screens? She's just pushing a button now.
She's
and
not even
walking.
doing that. I think somebody does it for her.
She's 68.
I mean, what a cush gig.
She's got to do a lot of costume changes, though.
That's what you got to do, right?
And on this day, 1930, Pluto, once believed to be the 9th planet, is discovered at the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, by astronomer Clyde W. Tombaugh. Tombaugh discovered the tiny distant planet by the use of a new atmospheric technique of photographing plates combined with a blink microscope. The finding was confirmed by several other astronomers, and on March 13th, 1930, the anniversary of Lowell's birth and William Herschel's discovery of Uranus, the discovery of Pluto was publicly announced.
Then they denounced it, right? Later?
Yeah, it's a dwarf planet now.
And so now it's...
The only thing you
a
need to
what
know...
planet?
It's a dwarf planet, by
A bunch
definition.
of little people on there?
No, it hasn't cleared out its orbit, and there's a bunch of debris still in its orbit. Like, we go through our orbit, we're not hitting asteroids every single day.
That's good.
It's still hitting stuff, and if Pluto
Made for
was
some
where
good
we
movies,
are, the key fact for if Pluto was where we are, why I went, okay, I'm cool with it, it would have a tail like a comet. So it acts more like a comet than a planet. It just has a stable orbit out in the Kuiper Belt. It's a dwarf planet. It's very small.
Man.
That doesn't mean it's not adorable. It just means it's not a full planet.
That's just right off the top of his head.
It's adorable.
It's got a little heart. Like when not New Horizons? Yeah, when New Horizons flew past, it's pink and it's got a little heart from where a crater impacted it just right. And that's this day in sports history.
This day in sports history, brought to you by Jeff McGuire. Bullfighter puts a picture of Fireball Roberts with his number 22 car. That's another NASCAR thing. The 22 car. Like if I was the analyst for NASCAR. Jamie, here comes the 32 car. Here's the 22 car. Now the 11 car is really rolling good today. The engine on that 9 car is petered out.
Yeah, you gotta mention the sponsor too, though.
Sure. I'd be all up in that. I'd be able to do that quite easily. How about congratulations to JT Toppin being named the Big 12 Player of the Week and the Big 12 Newcomer of the Week. Certainly deserving after what he did to Oklahoma State and Arizona State this past week. So.
Seems very deserving.
Yeah, seems like would have been like, okay, why are we even doing players of the week and newcomers of the week if this guy's not winning this one. So it's his second conference honor of the season. He earned Big 12 newcomer of the week back on November 25th during non-conference play. Okay, so good for Mr. Toppin. He's the second Big 12 player, second Texas Tech player to get Big 12 Player of the Week. Darion Williams did that the week of the 23rd. Okay, so there you go. That's
congrats to JT.
Congrats to JT. Somebody said this with regard to complaining about the golf. Yeah, kind of similar, going to a gym and complaining about sweat. Okay, well, a little bit different. Guy just sitting there having it pour off him, making a lake around him on the gym floor as opposed to just sweating like you normally sweat. Okay. Jamie said early text for the day. Early entry for text of the day. This guy said maybe I can outdo myself later. Well, we'll just see if you can, won't we? You go there and watch that guy sweat.
Stop looking at him.
I can't
I'm
help it.
checking people out in the locker room.
I can't. I'm not checking anybody out. Just walk in there and this guy's just pouring off, and then he walks around all over the place, drips all over the place. I worked out last night, so I didn't have that problem last night.
Thanks for letting us know.
You bet.
You're wondering if you were a little... I thought you looked a little buffer today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember,
Thank
Jamie,
you.
if you don't tell everybody you went, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Oh, boy.
Or if you don't record it on your
man.
Apple Watch. I subscribe to that theory.
Oh, man.
I went down to get on the treadmill this past weekend and on our trip and realized I didn't have my watch. And I'm like, it doesn't count if it doesn't show up on my watch.
So did you go back up and
I
get your
went back up and got my watch.
Good for you.
I felt so stupid.
What's your current streak up to for consecutive days of filling in circles? You lost it? With all the rebounding and everything else you've done, you've lost it?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry.
disappointing.
No, that's all right. I have to be smart. My knees can't take it every single day. You have to have rest days when you're this old.
Yeah. That's good use of your body there.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
.com. We heard from Dan in Dallas earlier this morning, Jamie. Regretfully, he will be unable to attend tonight's TCU Texas Tech game, citing the rain and the weather in the Dallas area, which it's understandable. It's understandable. He said, guys not going to the game tonight. Rain most of the day, 27 degrees at game's end. I'm afraid I would be sliding away.
Be safe, Dan.
Yeah. And we don't
Be
want,
safe.
We don't want Dan to do that. Let's see. In the first 4 losses of the season, they look like they folded and didn't know how to win and close out a game, specifically the Iowa State game, where free throws ice it. Since then, it seems a switch was flipped.
Yeah, even in that Arizona game, I kept feeling like there was going to be a point where Arizona was going to stretch their legs and kind of push past the Red Raiders, and you stayed close the whole way.
Yeah.
You, despite the fact that it was a great crowd and Arizona was playing well, and you just kept battling, and so that was good to see.
Some numbers on TCU. They averaged 68 a game. Their opponents averaged 68. TCU technically 68.2. They've shot 42% from the field. Their opponents 44. But Jamie, they're at 31% from three. They average 6.3 threes a game. Their opponents a little over 7. Opponents are shooting 31% against them. But man, their free throw shooting. They're getting to the line a ton, but they're only averaging 13 made free throws a game. But the problem for them is they're shooting at a clip of 65% for the season. Now in Big 12 play, they're shooting a little bit better, 41%, but they're down to 5.5 threes a game, 28% from the field, and they're shooting 66% from the free throw line. But for a team that has played 14 games, let me give you a really quick number here. Their average getting to the line 18 times a game, and they're making 12.
Okay.
So that's a number that's not very good. Their opponents are making about 12 free throws a game as well. They're getting out rebounded. They're only turning it over about 12 times a game. But I think when you compare that to Texas Tech, that's a low number. The Red Raiders are at 10.7, but they're forcing almost 13. So you're picking up almost 3, about two turnovers per ball game more than your opponent is turning it over more than you. And Tech's getting about 7 steals a game, and TCU in Big 12 play, they're stealing it about 7 times a game as well. So they're getting outscored in the first half and in the second half of the season for a team that's 7-7. So I guess really more than anything else, do you just worry about overlooking them? Is that what your biggest concern is here?
Yeah, I don't think I worry as much about overlooking. It's a road game, all that good stuff. I feel like that fires teams up. I mean, I guess I just feel like TCU's not terrible. So if they have a game where they're shooting it really well, then they have a chance to pull off the upset here. I think you're the much more talented team. I think you're playing much better defense than they're playing. I like your odds here, but again, you just never know. Yeah. And then you got the funky court tonight. I don't think that affects anything. It's just. I don't think that's going to cause us to dribble out of bounds or miss our free throws or anything. Well, it's the half court line and the sideline. It's just all blurry anymore. I mean, and maybe I'm too focused on this because I've just seen it in too many different arenas. It just feels like the sidelines, not the baselines, the sidelines. The baselines to a degree, because you got palms and cheers and photographers and people are putting, premium seating tables, and we have too here at Texas Tech, especially on the north end. And it feels like it's getting harder and harder for players to have just any kind of wiggle room. And I almost feel like that college basketball should have a rule that you can't put your feet, if you're a fan, on the out-of-bounds line. That the chairs need to be pushed back. Okay. But it's not possible. That's not possible in every arena. So do we have to put your height in when you determine where you can sit? No, I just think the chairs farther than others. There's times like if you sit on scholarship row here, I mean, if you stretch your legs out, you could trip somebody. Yeah, I'm just joking, Chuck. I don't disagree with you. I think they could absolutely back it up a little bit everywhere. But, I mean, it just feels like that's not going to happen. It's no different than I think college football should have a rule that you can't have incredibly small sidelines like they have in Stillwater and in Norman. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no question. I mean, it's a bandbox, and I think Fort Worth even too. I haven't talked to coaches about this. This may shock you that I haven't talked to them about this. But it feels like, especially because you'll see coaches and assistant coaches standing, and we saw this in the Baylor game on Saturday where both staffs were complaining about the others standing, the assistants and whatnot. But it kind of feels like that plays to a team's advantage, especially when you're like trying to trap in a corner in front of a team's bench. Even though there's plenty of, it just feels like that you get kind of trapped in there by it's louder. I mean, you feel intimidation, I guess. I don't know. And then then I think it's hard. Two women's basketball teams complaining about the other's assistant coaches standing up sounds like so women's basketball. Well, I mean, that is so women's basketball. I probably painted that a little bit worse than maybe what it was, but it. Well, they're standing up. Why can't we stand up? I don't know if the conversation quite went like that. Okay, but I mean, you could see that both sides were, they were standing up more than our people were. Of course they were. The Baylor people. Sure, but we had somebody standing up. Because Chuck counted all the times. No, I didn't. The thing that keep stats up. The only thing that cracked me up is that there was a GA standing up on the second row, and Baylor complained about her standing. Is like, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? I think she was just standing for just a moment, but they complained about him. But I do think it makes it harder on the officials for those sideline out of bounds plays, because there were a number of times where
players were stepping on the in line for both teams. It seemed like it was really crowded for whatever reason. And you see this in the men's game as well. And then trying to determine if somebody's out of bounds or not. It's just really hard with the way these things are painted now. And I mean, the half-court line especially, too. Sometimes it's not defined. And it's not at our place. It's not defined. And it's like...
It goes across the logo or whatever.
Yeah, right. You're just trying to figure out, okay, were they in backcourt or not, But anyway, that's small potatoes kind of stuff there.
Doesn't the trailing official stand on the half-court line until they get it passed?
I don't know what
where they're at, so that he's like on the line.
That makes sense. It just seems like.
I'm asking. I don't know, but I think that's where they position it.
I think you're probably right. It's just sometimes it seems like if you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to stop dribbling near the half-court line or at the half-court line. It just feels like sometimes they're trying to. It looks like they're trying to figure out where the half-court line is. And there's certainly along the sidelines, especially where the scores tables are, it just feels like that it feels less room. It's not. It just feels like it. I know it's probably petty of me to think like this, but it just seems like you could push everybody just back just a skosh.
No, I don't disagree with you. How you fix it? If the players have to say, "Excuse me, I'd like to throw the ball in from here, please," that's when the referee goes, "Cool, technical, home team, free throws."
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen. We're talking Red Raider football today.
Okay.
We touched on the guys over there in the new digs.
They're getting ready for spring football.
Yep. All right, I want you to take a look at your Texas Tech football schedule, or you don't really have to. I can ask you the question.
Okay.
There's a 5-game stretch here that I think is a pretty tough stretch. On October the 11th, you're going to play at home against Kansas. The next week, you'll play at Arizona State. You'll return home to face Oklahoma State. You'll head out on the road to play at Kansas State, and then you'll come back home for BYU. That is a 5-game stretch. I want you to tell me what you think the record will be in that 5-game stretch.
Okay, when does it start again?
October the 11th through November the 8th. Kansas through BYU. 3 home games, 2 road games.
Yeah, I hate telling you this, but I think it's 3-2. I think you win at home I think you win your home games and you lose your road games.
Okay.
And if you want to be a contender and not a pretender, you probably need to go to 4-1. But I'm going to say right now, just first dig at it, 3-2 for me. Mr. McGuire.
I'm going 4-1. And I think the Arizona State win is the one that Chuck and I have different. Because it's your second Big 12 road game? Yeah, second Big 12 road game. And I like the opportunity to have that second, because you've been on the road at that point with Utah.
Yep.
And you've gotten that bugaboo out of the way of your first road game problems. So the second road game, you're going to be better.
What's your third one, actually, because you play at Houston, too, ahead of that?
That doesn't count. That's a home game. There'll be more Red Raider fans there.
Doesn't count, Jamie.
So you're at 4-1.
4-1.
4-1. I think I am at 3-2, but I think you're going to win one of the road games. I think you're going to lose one of the home games. I think the one that I think is more likely to win on the road is Arizona State.
Okay.
The one I think is more likely to lose at home is BYU.
BYU is the toughest home game for sure of that group. And I was looking at that and I'm like, you know what? No, we're going to win that one. That's going to be the one we're going to win.
Okay.
Positive attitude. Mm-hmm. Thinking positive, it's going to make it happen. Right? That's how it works.
I'm really intrigued to find out what Arizona State is.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly they have a good quarterback coming back, but I just...
what are they without Scadaboo?
He was so important for them. But the same thing could be said for us.
With Taj Brooks,
position.
Yeah, no doubt. This off the Yates Flooring Center chat line. I think their record in that 5-game stretch will be 2-3. Losses to Arizona State, Kansas State, and a home loss to BYU. You go 2-3. That's not conducive to being a contender for the Big 12 championship game.
That'd probably make things really difficult.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I mean, it's a tough schedule. It's a really, really tough schedule. But I mean, you've paid for a good team. We're gonna see how they come out of the box. Of course, you're not going to get tested until maybe Oregon State, and maybe even then that's somewhat questionable, right?
D1 team. You haven't gone 3-0 yet under Joey McGuire in non-conference play, so I'm not chalking any win up against a D1 team in non-conference.
Yeah, I would think Oregon State, just like Washington State last year, will be very motivated to play play a Power 4 team since they didn't get the invite to any of these Power 4 teams. So I think that'll be a game that that the Oregon State folks will be excited about. So,
but they got to come here.
Yeah. I mean, I feel confident that you win that game, but I don't think it's a.
I'm not writing that one in yet.
Yeah.
Chuck,
the first two non-conference just have me thinking, man, I can't wait till we get to Utah. But.
Yeah. Right.
Chuck brings up a good comment. Last year when we were talking about the schedule, we were looking at that going, wow, this is a pretty easy schedule. Would any of us call it an easy schedule looking back at it now? I think it got a lot harder than what we thought it was a year ago from now, right? A lot of the teams that we thought were going to be good that you avoided, you ended up playing some good teams. In fact, you played both teams that played in the Big 12 championship game. That wasn't expected when we were looking at the schedule at this point last year. So is there a chance that we get the flip this year? Arizona State falls off. Kansas State finally comes to earth against Tech.
I think it's possible, Jeff, but I feel like you're forgetting that there were teams that we thought were going to be really good, a.k.a. Arizona and Oklahoma State, that we got to play, and they weren't good.
Right.
Okay, so it really kind of leveled out. Clearly we didn't think Arizona State was going to be as good. We didn't think Baylor was going to be as good, and they turned it around big time. But those other teams went in the opposite direction, so it kind of leveled off, in my opinion, last year's schedule.
I'm not ready to just pin this one down that this is a completely tougher schedule.
I sure feel like it is right now.
I do too.
We'll have to wait and see how these teams actually perform.
Yeah.
I think that's the point Jeff's trying to make. It may not turn out that way. Who knows? But like we may look at Utah and be like, yeah, you should be able to take Utah. They were terrible last year. Maybe,
and they figure everything out.
Yeah, maybe they're going to be back to being great. I mean, they've got a good coach. He's been there a long time, and they've been a really good program. So I don't know that we should expect them to just tank it.
I like this off the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Have faith, guys. They're going 8-0 in those 5 games.
Okay.
I like it.
What would you take right now? Would you take 9-3 right now?
No.
I don't think I would. You might end up there.
I want to see what this team's made of. Maybe we're dominant.
Okay.
Ask after spring. Let's see what these guys look like in the spring. Not that that's going to answer all the questions.
Oh, man, they're going to be gangbusters.
Right. But let's look at the spring.
Come on.
Feels like we added every single guy that we wanted. So
sure, right.
I want to give them, the benefit of the doubt that we can be better than 9-3.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Today with Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. We come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Also, the Visual Edge IT hotline is open on this day, 806-771-0973. I heard Clint say something yesterday during Tech Talk, and I hope I can get it down exactly. We can see your voice on the Yates Flooring Center chat line, or we can hear your voice on the Visual Edge IT hotline. I thought that was very clever.
Okay.
That's a different way to say it. We're always looking for different ways to say things and do things, contrary to popular belief. But, try to kind of twist it around a little bit. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. One I buy, and I'll buy the others as well. Just interesting to see them combine like this. Teachers and farmer ranchers are definitely not paid what they are worth.
Man, that is 1,000,000% accurate.
Yeah. Agree, Jamie. Not everyone brings in tens of millions of dollars to their company, while her salary will max out around $100K. Luckily, with endorsements, she'll make millions more, though. That's Caitlin Clark. Yeah, she'll. But you could say that her company or the WNBA is giving her that opportunity, because without that, she probably wouldn't have that opportunity to make the millions.
Very accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't we say that about all of us, too?
Yeah, absolutely.
If there wasn't a radio station, we wouldn't be able to do a show.
That's correct.
If there weren't radio stations, you wouldn't be a multimillionaire selling the advertising.
Multimillionaire is a bit inaccurate, but...
Billionaire, Jamie.
Billionaire.
With a B,
Yeah,
yes.
Also quite inaccurate when you think about things. This from the Yates, I'm just kind of reading them as we get them here. I've already learned how to pronounce Tolar. It's like polar.
Polar. Tolar.
Like polar. Hey. Would you take 9-3? Are you crazy? They spent $10 million on this roster. Actually, they spent more than that. That would be a massive disappointment. A massive disappointment. Would it be a massive disappointment if we just went 9-3, considering that you haven't won 9 games in a regular season since 2009? Massive disappointment.
I think 8-4 this year was a disappointment.
Yeah.
So to go 8-4 again this year,
But 9-3. He says 9-3 would be a massive disappointment.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes, but at a certain point, right? You're talking about, okay, well, when you're spending the money that you're spending, we're not just little Texas Tech anymore, right? When it comes to the football program, right?
No,
the expectations have been raised.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of excuses that you have left, is there?
No, you built the. I realize the Taj Mahal today is kind of in ruins, but that's what you call things when they're like you built the Taj Mahal. Like in its present day, the Taj Mahal needs a lot of work, but when it was built, the Taj Mahal was considered it's not like we live in the Taj Mahal. Well, we do. We have the Taj Mahal here. You got everything. You want.
I was gonna say, can we get back to Tech football?
Yeah.
Instead of breaking down this old building,
Taj Mahal.
Yes.
Well, that's what people say. Yeah.
I just I feel like the expectations for those folks in that program are that they're going to be a team that's
better than 9-3.
9-3 that's competing for a conference championship. Coach McGuire has said as much, right? That we absolutely have to be competing for a conference championship. So I think we spent so much time this year when you were, I'm not saying you, the fans, there were certain fans that were like, 8-4. We don't get to 8-4 very much around here. We shouldn't be disappointed with 8-4. Okay, well, me personally, I was disappointed with 8-4.
Yeah, I was too.
Because you lost games you shouldn't have lost to. The Big 12 was there for the taking, and you didn't take it.
Right.
And a team at Arizona State, who was picked 15th or 16th in the conference, took it. Okay, and you didn't. You had that same opportunity. And by the way, you beat them and the team they played in the conference championship game as well. Okay, so 8-4, in 2024, it was different than 8-4 in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, it was disappointing. So 9-3 this year. Yes, it's more than you've won in the regular season in quite a while and all that good stuff. But yeah, it would be disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because again, it's there for the taking. The Big 12, and if you win that sucker, then you got a chance to play in the real one.
Mm-hmm. Somebody says this. Yes, huge expectations. Never spent multiple millions before either. Yeah. Yeah, that's with this fan base, Joey might get run with the highest conference win percentage in the history of the school. Wow, everyone spends money, guys. Okay, yeah, everyone spends money. You're right about that.
Yeah, and in the past, I feel like there were many schools that were spending more than you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the case right now.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. And
when you say, you really, when it comes to your football program, you lack for nothing right now.
And men's basketball.
You lack for nothing.
You have every opportunity to succeed at an extremely high level.
Yeah, and it looks like basketball it's paying off right now. You got to finish the year, but it's paying off.
And I think it's paying off in football too. Yep. I think you're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, you just got to trend that way to the field where you.
Yeah.
I
think the product on the field has improved.
Mm-hmm.
8-4. And it looks like you're going to continue to keep getting better. So that's why I'm not like 8-4. Yeah, it was a little disappointing. Let's fire the coaching staff. Sure. It was 8-4. Yeah, we're taking steps. It could have been better, though.
Right, could have been.
Let's hope this year is the year that it is a little bit better.
Yeah.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.